A very good afternoon to all the participants. I welcome you all on behalf of the Department of Political Science and Public Administration and its professor and head, Dr. C. Subramaniam sir, and the coordinators, Dr. Neelam Pandey and Dr. J. Subramaniam. On behalf of all, I welcome you all to the afternoon session of the fourth day FDP. This afternoon, we have in our midst Dr. K. Ramu, Associate Professor, Department of Economics. So he was our faculty member and eminent teacher and a researcher. Sir has published more than 40 articles in index journals and reputed magazines. And Sir has a reputation of projects. He has got 9 more projects from different sponsoring agencies, and he has produced a number of PhDs. So, and researcher, an eminent scholar, an eminent teacher. So it is a very honor that he accepted our invitation to be the resource person of today. So now I invite and request Dr. Ramu to deliver his lecture on the pandemic COVID-19 and its impact on global economy. Thank you, sir. Sir, you please proceed.
Sir,
yes.
Now I have to click the share screen, you know?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Share screen.
Yes, sir. Ram, sir, you proceed.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Nice, sir.
Now it is okay.
It's okay, sir. It is audible. It is clear. Now you can
proceed.
Okay.
At the outset, I convey my very good evening to all participants and my learned colleagues. First, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to my good friend, Professor C. Subramaniam, head of the Department of Political Science, the great Annamalai University. And I convey my sincere gratitude to his team members, my good friend Subramaniam, Madam Neelam Pandey, and my best friend Balamuragan, who introduced me and gave nice introduction regarding about my brief contribution in the field of economics. Again, I wanted to thank C. Subramaniam to provide this opportunity to share some of my ideas about economics in the context of what is called COVID-19. Today, the title of lecture is Economic Burden of COVID-19. That is a title given by me and accepted by the director of the program, the faculty development program, Director Professor CS. Dear participants, from March 2022 till date, the whole world under panic. We never expect this kind of pandemic will come. We did a lot of research in all disciplines, but we missed the bus. We are not able to face this kind of virus, and we don't have proper medicine or vaccine to prevent this COVID-19. This is another pathetic environment at present situation. In this context, the COVID-19 affects all economic sectors. First, after lockdown, the whole world faced unemployment. Production curtailed, distribution affected, finally consumption affected. And then in economics, the circular free of these three prominent functions, I mean production, distribution, consumption, entirely collapsed. All economists, scientists, they don't know how to face this problem, how to save the population from this infection. This is the brief introduction regarding about the topic. And then I think economic burden, when you are estimating economic burden of any disease or infection, that will guide the program officers, policymakers, where we have to pump the resources. I mean, where we have to allocate more money to prevent the situation, to save the world population. That is the idea behind it. So in this manner, I have prepared a few slides. All slides are self-explanatory slides. Dear participants, all of them teachers, all of them well-experienced personalities. All this estimation in the world is still at pioneering level. There is no clear-cut estimation economic burden of this infection. World Bank also trying, World Health Organization also trying, UNDP also trying, but we have some papers in the American Journal of Economics, Journal of Health Economics, which is coming from UK, and our EPW Economic and Political Weekly. Papers are coming, but there is no clear-cut estimation. We are trying, but based on the secondary stuff provided by the evidence, the world scientists, I wanted to share with you. This is the idea behind it. This is the idea behind it. Okay. Yeah. First, we will see, based on the literature provided by World Health Organization and UNDP and the American Journal of Research, the Muhammad Bouji in 2020, they are telling it is a coronavirus is coming from corona family, which causes from SARS. All of them will know about SARS. SARS means severe acute respiratory syndrome, which caused 5 years back. And somehow we managed this infection. Coronavirus is not a new virus. That Pavitra, I think Pavitra, who did PhD in coronavirus in California University, she told in the mass media, if any person is getting 3 kind of cold attacks, one may be due to coronavirus. That is the idea provided by Pavitra madam. And but at present situation after China Wuhan outbreak, the intensity, the severity of infection is too high. That is the problem now. We are not able to face. It affects the lung system. So, you know very well now, IT revolution is there, information technological revolution is taking place. All of them we have social media, print media, electronic media we have. The virus chiefly transmitted through coughing or sneezing on the people. So WHO is recommending social distance is the medicine now, social distance. And wearing mask, cleaning of your hands, and develop immunity, and eat healthy foods, all of them preventive measures. These are the guidelines provided by our Global Health Authority, World Health Organization. This is the what is called literature evidence regarding about COVID-19 by Muhammad Bouji, but this paper, very nice paper, PDF document is there. You can download easily from our Google search engine. Yeah. Now, dear participants, it's quite interesting. Straight away we will go to what is economic burden. Why we have to measure the economic burden? Already I told you, if you are measuring the cost of the diseases, cost of the program, that is very, very important, because the GDP allocation Gross domestic product allocation for health sector is too low. 5 years back, it is 1.3. Now I came to know 3% of GDP is coming from both as public and as well as private. It is too less when we are comparing the global countries. UK allocate more than 7%, US more than 8%. Even take tiny country China, sorry, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is allocating more than 5%. But our GDP allocation is very, very meager to the public health sector. That is one of the lacunae in India after independence. I think you people are political scientists, you know the political situation. So where we are pumping huge reserves, where we are not giving much money. That is politics now. Dear friends, if you wanted to assess the economic burden of any disease or any infection, see, COVID-19 is not a disease, it's an infection. Disease is different. As per the Professor Park Medical Science, PG Science, the disease can be classified into three broad categories. The first one is common diseases, which will come and go from the human body. 3 or 4 days will be there. If you are taking any tablets, it will be subsided, it will be go off. That is to be called common ailments. You can easily verify in the social and preventive medicine. The second is acute. Acute means it will persist in the human body more than 15 days, sometimes more than 30 days also. If you are not taking proper treatment, it will consume human life also. That is acute. For example, typhoid, jaundice. Our corona also acute infection. And other kind of things. Dengue also what is called acute. The third category is chronic disease. Chronic means which will persist in the human body up to human death. Chronic, for example, diabetes, for example, cancer, heart ailments, cholesterol, BP, asthma, TB, etc., etc. These are chronic diseases. So, based on the classification, three kinds of diseases we have in the global situation, global environment. That's what I'm putting very clearly. If any disease or infection which involves the following cost. Dear friends, this model I brought from World Health Organization. World Health Organization, it provided nice guidelines into 1994 how to estimate the cost of the disease. Already I told you, estimation of cost is very important. When you are estimating the cost, that will guide you where we have to give more money, where we need not spend more money. That is the thing. For example, whether we have to spend money for what is called chronic disease, or spend money for acute diseases, or spend money for common diseases, that kind of guidelines you can get from the estimation. And the healthcare services, now I'm coming to the core issue. Healthcare services in the global market. Any country, there are three kinds of services we have. The first one is promotive services. I mean health education, or we can call it sensitization. We can call it sensitization. I mean education through electronic industry, through mass media, through print media, through meetings, through seminar, through conferences, through pamphlets, through notices, etc., etc. How much money? For example, clean your hands often. It is a promotive cost. How much cost is involved? Do salt goggling when you are advertising these kind of things. For example, morality is a medicine for AIDS. These are promotive aspects. These are promotive aspects. I mean health education. How much cost involved for that? That is first cost. Second is prevention. Prevention is vaccination. Dear participants, unfortunately, we don't have vaccine for COVID. I hope very soon we may get it. For your information, I wanted to share with you, already we have vaccine for HIV and AIDS. Trial was over. Now, they tried the monkey and then human population. Now, It is waiting for ethical clearance from WHO. I think clearance is there. Very soon, vaccine will be there for HIV/AIDS in the open market. That is a news by ICMR and World Health Organization. But we don't have vaccine for this dangerous infection. For example, pulse polio, PPA, triple P program. Pulse polio immunization is a preventive mechanism. And then when childbirth is there, we are giving 24, one table is there, 24 kinds of vaccine. That is prevention. So how much cost the government is spending for prevention? So please carefully watch. Even common man will understand easily. We people are social scientists. We know very well the cost of promotion, the cost of prevention. And then if you are not able to arrest the prevalence of disease or the epidemics or the infection rate, if you are arresting the infection rate, you have to go for curative. Curative means final treatment, operation, ventilation, therapy, human therapy, all kinds of things will taking place in the curative side. So promotive cost plus preventive cost plus curative cost is called provider cost. Dear friends, what is the meaning of provider cost? Provider means in the world we have two kinds of providers. One is public health, another one is private health. We need not take private health here. Provider means here public only, because now for corona, majority of the service provided by public health system. Private always profit motive. That is we will discuss later. That is not a thing. Provider means public health cost. So the government of India or the government of Tamil Nadu or the entire world government or a respective country government, how much they are allocating money for promotion, prevention, curation for this particular disease. So that is typical provider cost. Second classification is a disease cost. Disease cost means, see, normally you can take any kind of disease or infection. You can take treatment from public side. You can take treatment from private side. It depends upon the individual, your willingness. I can't force you, you have to take treatment in Stanley. You can't force me, I have to take treatment in the Apollo or Niyat hospital. So that is individual preference. This is when how much cost the consumer. Here, consumer is a proper economics terminology. Here, patient. Patient is a consumer here. How much cost he is paying from his pocket, from his purse. That is a treatment cost. Treatment cost is a very broad terminology. It includes doctor fees, room fees, hospitalization fees, lab test fees, what is called X-ray fees, all kinds of examination costs will come. And then transportation cost, where you are going. What is the distance between your place and the health sector or hospital? That is the thing. Food costs. Sometimes you have to take food, the special food items. But because you don't have the disease, you can take normal food, but the food cost. And then I have added one more terminology, caretaker cost. Unfortunately, in COVID-19, what is called nobody is allowing to care of the individuals because the family members in coming in the care of parental side. But anyway, caretaker means who is coming with you. Maybe your nephew or maybe your relative, whatever it is. That's it. And other incidental costs. It's a combination of all these. Combination of all these is called disease cost. Finally, very important, it is a pure economics. Consumer cost means what is called, if person is ill, is have disability due to coronavirus, due to TB, due to any kind of disease, first is loss of income. He may forego his income due to hospitalization, due to his treatment. And loss of mandates. Loss of mandates means in India, 8 hours is one mandate. 8 hours is one mandate. How many days he is staying in the hospital? How many mandates who your caretaker is staying with you? That is to be called loss of mandates. For example, in COVID-19, as per the government guidelines, minimum 14 days or 15 days they have to stay in the hospital. If he is a daily wage earner, he is a rickshawala, he is a loading worker or unloading worker, 14 to 15 man days he is losing due to this infection. And then loss of productivity, and then another thing is loss of productive years. This is very, very important. What is the meaning of loss of productive years? Dear participants, our life expectancy of India is 70 years. I think so, 69 to 70. If a child is born today, he or she may live up to 70 years. That kind of guarantee or assurance given by our Ministry of Health. That is the database. If death is occurred before 70 years, before 69 years, that is to be called in economics or in health science premature mortality. This is developed by C.J.L. Murray, a world-renowned health economist who is in Harvard Business School of Health in MIT. At present, he is in MIT. So that is to be also be calculated. If death is occurred, for example, dear participant, RTA means road traffic accidents. Due to road traffic accidents, many premature mortality we have. That also to be calculated. For example, in COVID-19 also, premature mortality is taking place very higher level. That also to be added in economics. I hope all of them coming with me, all of them understand the concepts, what the WHO and the subject of economics developed. Yeah. Now, come to the other area, economic effect of COVID-19. Respectful dear sirs, the whole economy, world economy can be divided into three broad categories. One is primary sector, you know very well, agriculture. Secondary sector, you know very well, industry. Third is tertiary sector, service sector, you know very well. These three are prominent sector for our employment, for our production, for our distribution, for our consumption. Or I mean to say, these sectors are prominent contributors for gross domestic product or gross national product, GDP or GNP. So GDP means the total goods and services produced in a year in the name of monetary value. Maybe 1,000 lakhs crores of rupees or 10 lakhs crores of rupees, whatever it is, that is the thing. Dear participants, from March to till date, these three sectors are facing severe problem. All of them know very well. Agriculture operations stopped, industrial activities collapsed, service sector, people are sitting in home doing work, and not only IT industry people doing work in the home. I'm not so favor about what is called sitting home, the doing work. That is different. That is my personal opinion. But what about the production sector? I mean, the other service sectors, export imports, total affected. Bank services, total affected. And one more thing also I want to tell you, the non-NPA, non-performing assets. Non-performing assets means those who are not able to pay the loan, those who are borrowers, or whether the salary section or whether the agriculturists or producers or landlords or any people, they're not able to pay their monthly installment or yearly installment or quarterly installment to the banking sector. That is what we call NPA, non-performing assets. That will take place. So this trend will continue. Bank sector will face severe problem. So that's what I am telling. These three sectors totally hampered. Yeah. Now, what are the major economic functions in the world? The major economic functions in the world is, the first one is production. I told you several times. Production means we people are teachers. We are producing services. Doctors, they are producing their services. Nurses, they are producing their services. Lawyer, they are producing their services. Scientists, they are producing their services. But in the other side, for example, computer industry producing computer goods, paddy, cultivator, they are producing paddy, wheat, etc. That's what in economics we used to call goods. Goods means all commodities, including your electronic goods. Services, all export-import services, lawyer services, all goods and services production past 3 months facing severe problem. That's the thing. And people are very panic. The productivity also, productivity means unit of output. What is the meaning of productivity? For example, my productivity is, per day I am able to deliver 3 hours lecture. Due to panic, due to unhealthy environment, I am not able to 3 hours lecture. I am able to deliver 1 hour lecture. 2 hours is loss, for example. The same thing, those who are organized laborers, those who are working, for example, the textile mills, if percent are absent, they are not able to weave 2 meter or 5 meter cloth, productivity loss. That's what production is affected. Distribution. This is another important activity. Distribution means marketing. We are producers. We are producing the commodities, but we have to distribute the commodities. Himalayas to Kanyakumari, India to China, China to US, US to Australia. This is affected because you stop the air transport, you stop the railway transport, or you stop the shipping transport. I think 3 transport, air, surface, as well as sea transport totally collapsed due to this infection. See, production is one side, another side is distribution. Finally, consumption. We people, we have to buy the services, we have to buy the commodities to consume for our satisfaction, for our welfare. If you are not able to consume the goods and services, production will be affected because all commodities will be stagnated in the market. So these are the 3 prominent economic functions. Dear participants, these 3 functions totally collapsed past 3 months. But in some way we, what is called, minimize the lockdown and open the shops and all that. Personally, I feel I'm visiting sometimes the market. I'm inquiring the people. They are not able to give a change for 500 rupees, the street vendors or even small petty shops. They are telling openly, sir, from morning to evening, there is no sales. Here, at the time of lockdown period, only limited shops. Now all shops are open. But purchasing power of the community is diminished. This purchasing power is because there is no money supply. Money supply means there is no income. People are sitting in the home. That is the thing. So, dear participants, these 3 prominent economic functions are disturbed, which are the major inputs for GDP. That's the thing. Yeah. I went to Google, Wikipedia. Rohit Kapoor very nicely assessed based on some methodology. What he was telling, in the financial year of 2019-20, GDP will dip to 5.4%. 5.4%. 5.4%, don't underestimate, is ordinary figure. Several lakh crores of rupees. 5.4% is several lakhs crores of rupees. I am talking about the whole India. And again, he is telling the nationwide lockdown will create another problem, 5% the next year also, or the coming year also. So 5% GDP loss is not a ordinary. I don't know how we are going to overcome this issue. Something. And ILO, International Labour Organization, recently in 2020, I think April, they assessed 400 million workers employed in the economy are at risk falling deeper into poverty. The poverty line will be increased. Poverty line will be increased. Another valuable data by CMIE. CMIE means Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. That is authority. They are assessing our economic activities, economic situation regularly. Our unemployment rate will go 8.4% to 24%. Imagine, you know very well, all of them, we are watching the social media, the print media, the electronic media. People are moving one state to another state by railway track, more than 1,000 kilometers, 500 kilometers, to 2,000 kilometers. Now take Tirupur, what is called, they are suffering acute shortage manpower. All other states, people are migrated from Tamil Nadu to their own states. Now labor shortage in Tirupur, all government industries now facing severe problem. That's the thing. And our stock market, due to this unhealthy environment, stock market will be crushed. Yeah, I'm not taking all sector. I'm taking only two sectors. One is agriculture, another one is textile. This is also Rohit Kapoor paper stuff. It is not my stuff. Yeah, I wanted to clearly say that all these stuffs I took from the secondary source. You can verify in your Google. Indian economy is an agricultural economy. The great agriculture economist, once upon a time, Amartya Sen also agriculture economist. Now he became a welfare economist. A.K. Sen, his surname A.K. Sen, R.S. Mathur, A.M. Krishna, C.H. Hanumandarao. These people are prominent agriculture economists in India. Hanumandarao is still alive. He is in Hyderabad. I think he is alive. I'm confident. I think he's alive. I think he's a former planning commission member. Now we don't have planning commission, but it's called our other body is there. Indian economy is an agricultural economy. If agriculture is depressed, the Indian economy also be depressed. 70% of the population directly, indirectly depend on agriculture industry. And another thing also we have to keep in our mind, 30% of the Indian industries are agro-based industries. If agriculture production is stopped, these 30% industries will close. Take our bakery, take our sweet stall, take our textile, take our sugar or edible oil, all inputs. Take our Vico turmeric. Turmeric is going from Erode in Maharashtra. Turmeric is the input for Vico turmeric. So Maharashtra, if Erode is not supplying what is called the turmeric, there is no cosmetics. Take over what is called tomato production. If tomato production stopped in Erode or Salem or Dharmaburi or Krishnagiri, there is no sauce production in Maharashtra. Moong dal. Take moong dal. If you are not able to supply black gram and green gram to the Nagpur, there is no moong dal. So it is a dependent sector. See, agriculture, due to this, see, February, March are peak period for harvest, particularly dals and other kind of grains. This lockdown, the total harvesting activity is totally affected. You know very well, you may come across in many areas, they are not able to harvest the fruits. In Dindigul, grapes spoiled, guava spoiled, and what is called potatoes or cabbage or whatever things. Due to lockdown, all commercial crops, food crops, harvest is affected. And marketing also affected, because harvest is affected. If there is a harvest, small harvest is there, they are not able to sell their commodities. They are not able to sell their commodities. There is no transportation facilities. Already I told you NPA, non-performing assets. See, Rohit Kapoor properly assessed. Farmers in India will face bleak future, leading bankruptcies and farmer suicide, because they are not able to repay the loan where they got loan from the commercial banks or primary cooperative banks or rural agriculture banks, whatever it is. And I told you 30% of the industries are agro-based industries, impairment industrial activity. So agriculture is a backbone for all industrial activities that will be affected. Please imagine crores of labor force are involving in these sectors. Imagine what about their income, what about their livelihood, what about their consumption, what about their children's education, everything's collapsed. Yeah, I took another textile. I told you I need not explain. Cotton is a basic input for textile industries. Cotton harvest also affected, yarn production affected, spinning mills also finished. Whether yarn or synthetic or what is called eucalyptus is one of the inputs for rayon cloth. Our cashew tree is one of the inputs for cloth. And these are silk, mulberry cultivation is affected. The silk worm, there is no silkworm production. So these are small examples. So textile sector also affected. You know very well what is called that our what is called micro enterprises. Micro enterprises, now they are facing severe problem. Micro enterprises. There is no activities in micro enterprises because of this. So I took two prominent because Rohit Kapoor assessed sector wise. Due to time constraint, I'm not taking all these contributions. For your understanding, I took only two sectors, agriculture and textile. Yeah, now I wanted to complete our problem, core problem. For example, the title is Economic Burden of Diseases. Based on the assumption, I wanted to estimate approximate cost of a Sun April 20th database. Sorry, June 20th database. The total cases of Tamil Nadu is 57,000. Now it is at 65 or 66 today. Yesterday data, I think so. I am not touching the data. This is June 20th. Total cases 57,000. Please go back. Already we discussed what is called that provided cost. The government cost. Government cost is provided cost. For example, if it is not accurate figure from government, based on the assumption, I use this figure. For example, the government is spending 3,50,000 rupees per case for 14 days or 20 days. Including all kinds of treatment, including food, other kind of things, accommodation, ventilation, what is called X-ray, lab examination, etc., etc. I'm putting 3.5 lakhs. And already I told you, the potential mandates loss. I fixed the one value. The loss of mean mandates. Mean means the average value. Mandates per case is around 22.5 days. If person is hospitalized due to this COVID-19 infection in U.S.A. or in our RMH or our any hospital or any hospital, he or she may lose 22.5 days, potential days. And I'm taking, for example, the prevailing wage rate is 500. Listen properly, 500 is what is called informal sector. I'm not taking formal sector. I'm taking those who are daily laborers in the market, that wage. Based on the assumption, I took that value. Prevailing means which is current wage rate in the market. That prevailing means that 500. If a person is losing 22.5 days per case, the prevailing wage is 500. The loss of income per case is 11,250. On a simple calculation, it may be higher, it may be lower. That is not a problem. Based on assumption, I mean, otherwise I can say this is hypothetical calculation. Yeah, if person is taking treatment in private or any other thing, I am putting on rough figure. Treatment and caretaker main cost is rupees 22,500. It may be too less. See, recent government of Tamil Nadu guidelines says that if you wanted to take treatment from what is called private hospital, you have to pay 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs for one stage. Some guidelines they are providing. It will be very higher. Some figure I wanted to put, for example, for understanding capacity, because dear participants, so far we don't have clear-cut database regarding about this COVID-19. Only infection rate is we are getting. We don't know how many days they stayed, what is their age structure, everything is not clear. That is a problem. But anyway, sometimes our mass media are showing the age-wise infection and what is called blood group wise. But we need a clear-cut database. Then only we can assess the loss. So that's the thing. I am putting the mean age of death is 42.5 years. See, due to COVID-19, the death is occurred at the age of 30, the age of 65, the age of 52, the age of 47. So that's what I am taking the average age of death due to COVID-19, maybe due to maybe 42.5 years or 43 years. As on June, what is called 28th, total deaths in 704, now it may be 900, something like that. I don't know. Total deaths is 704. So the life expectancy at birth, already I explained what is the meaning of life expectancy at birth. Life expectancy at birth is nothing but how many years we are living, average years. So as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 69 to 70 years we can live. After that, bonus years. You can ask questions, sir, people are living 85, people are living up to 75. That is a bonus years. Government norm is 69 to 70 years. So that's the thing. See, the mean of the age is death is 42.5 years. The life expectancy is 69 years. Productive life years lost per case is 26.5 years. Productive life years. I mean, this 42.5 years is called premature mortality. Person is not able to attain 69 years due to this infection. We want to assume it. Person is not able to attain 69 years. Suddenly he lost his life due to corona infection. That is the thing. So 69 years. So when you are calculating the productive life years lost per case is 26.5 years. I mean 27 years. He or she may not have or doesn't have what is called this corona infection. They may live up to 69 years. They may contribute a lot to the family, a lot to the state, a lot to the nation, a lot to the society. That's what I have calculated. Yeah. Now, based on the earlier two slides, input, I have estimated the cost. In economics, I don't know any economic participants is here. If somebody is there, you can understand. In health, there are two kinds of cost is there. One is supply cost and one is demand cost. Supply cost means, already I told you, provider cost. Demand cost means our side. Demand means what we are spending as a consumer, as a patient, as a buyer, what we are spending. That is demand side cost. So based on the 3,50,000 rupees for 57,000 cases, so far the government of Tamil Nadu spent 1,995 crores for what is called providing services. It may be the three services: promotion, prevention, curation. But we don't have clear-cut classification. I'm telling it may be. And total mandates lost for 57,000 cases. What is called 1 crore 28 lakh 2,500 days I mean potential man days. Keep in your mind, one man day is 8 hours as per Ministry of Labor or as per International Labor Organization classification. The total loss of income for these cases, 64 crores, 12,50,000 rupees. Loss of income. I mean 500 rupees. In the formal sector, per day wage, for example, take our per day salary, how much you know very well. Total salary divided by 30 days per day, how much you know very well. I need not explain. Depends on the category, per day wage rate will know. The same thing, our informal sector, it is very less. That's what I'm doing. Treatment and caretaker costs. What is called 124 crores. 124 crores is there. So total economic cost, combination of these three is around 2,187 or 88 crores for 57 cases. Rough estimation based on the assumption. If you are getting clear picture or real database from the Department of Public Health or the ministry, this may be extrapolate to whole India. The same costing model may be used for whole world also. Only the currency value will differ. Maybe in the global side, we can convert in the euro or in the dollar. That is not a problem. The thing is, database is very important. And then I told you, productive life years. For 704 death, Tamil Nadu lost 80,656 potential years of labor lost. Imagine, when people are alive, when people are healthy, how much income we may get from them, how much productivity we can get them, how much externality. Externality means when you are spending 1 rupee money, what are the positive outcome? The externality, due to their income, consumption will be higher, savings will be higher. If savings will be higher, means investment will be higher. See, if investment is higher, employment opportunities will be higher. This is a circular flow of economic function. There will be a boom in the economy, but we are losing for disinfection. This is a micro assessment. I am not talking about macro. In macro level, it will be so high, my dear participants. Yeah. Anyway, I hope all of them coming with me, but economics, sometime it will be create, the calculation will create more, but my contribution will not pouring to you. I hope that's the thing. Based on the literature, based on the observation by social media and this COVID-19 on the world activities and WHO guidelines, I prepared some ways how to face the future pandemic periods. Dear participants, the GDP allocation, gross domestic allocation for health in India is too low. In the initial stage, I told you very clearly. It has to increase. Last time we discussed, we are writing many papers. Nidhi Aayog also listening. Nidhi Aayog also recommended we have to hike the GDP allocation for public health sector, minimum 7 to 8%. That is very, very important. I think COVID-19 giving clear instruction is a lesson for us. Now we are in position to strengthen our public health department. One more thing I want to tell you, the 3% or less than 3% GDP allocation for health sector, it is not for only treatment. It includes salaries, wages, operation and maintenance, and cost for R&D, research and development. See, for treatment is very, very meager. For promotion is very less. For prevention is very less. For treatment of curative is very less. So many literature is nearly 80 to 90% of the 7th pay recommendations So nearly 70 to 80% the total GDP allocation for going for only wages and salaries in the public health department. Very meager amount we are using for treatment, very meager amount we are using for our department. That's what I am asking the planets, academicians, do research in this area. Separate allocation for research and development, particularly medical science. That is very, very important. Dear friends, ICM or Indian Council of Medical Research, a equipped research institute in the country. It has more than 40 regional research institutes. One of the two research institutes we have, one is National Institute of Virology, I think in Pune. Another is National Institute of Communicable Diseases, I think in Agra, I think so. These two research are prominent research institutes which has to research to find the vaccine for this. But there is no money. There is no inputs. That is the problem. So that is very, very important. And coming to the infrastructure, Corona, it is another master for us. In Tamil Nadu, we have more than 500 blocks, more than 150 or around 150 municipalities, I think so. We have 3-tier administrative system. You people are political scientists, you know very well. Central, state, and PRI, Panchayat Raj institutions. So we have well administrative system, but the infrastructure is very poor. So I did 9 projects funded by World Health Organization, World Bank, and U.G.C, SSR. I have the opportunity to visit many PSCs, primary health centers, and the GHS to collect data, to interact with the doctors and other kind of things. You can refer in the department library to prominent reports is there. You can, and we prepared a Kannur district human development report funded by UNDP. The entire picture of Kannur district, Nagapattinam district, Tanjore district, we are keeping in our department, economics department, go on refer it. So what I am stressing here, this is a time to develop a high-tech minimum 100 to 150 bed facilities in all main PSCs. Dear participants, per block has 4 PSCs. So out of 4, 1 may be a main PSC. For 30,000 population, we are providing 1 PSC. For 5,000 population, we are providing 1 health sub-center, HSC. This is a primary health care, but that is weak. Now we are worrying about, we are asking all government colleges, hostel, university hostel to stay at the time of pandemic period. Why we are spending money for a lot for subsidies and freebies? Divert that money, put the development activities, put infrastructure in health sector. This is investment in human capital. This is not my theory. Theory developed by Amartya Sen. Amartya Sen is telling, put more money on human capital, because human capital is a prominent input for goods and services, production of goods and services. That's the thing. The same thing I'm asking each GH. Chidambaram GH is there, but the bed facility is very less. Kannur GH is there, Vardalam GH is there, Mangalore is there. So many places are, the Thittabadi is there. But to develop 50, 150 to 200 bed facilities with the high-tech, all facilities, including telemedicine. Telemedicine means medical service through electronic industry. Just like our online classes, our doctor will sit in the GH, Chidambaram GH. He will get suggestion from all India Institute of Medical Sciences. But you should provide all kind of infrastructure facilities for that. Proper connectivity is very important. You can do even heart operation GH itself, but good infrastructure is important. That will minimize the operational cost that I am asking. And then particularly decoding about what is called COVID-19, we missed regarding about promotion and prevention action. That's what preventive and promotive activities to be strengthened, what is called particularly this kind of pandemic period. Yeah, now the last one more session is that pre-planned lockdown is needed. Political scientists will accept me because we missed the bus. We missed the bus. There is no plan for lockdown. See, the first case reported March, I think so. 1 week time will be there. Within the week, you can transport all migrant laborers. See, Corona kills many people. But due to road accidents, due to starvation, due to migration, how many potential life we lost. Imagine in your mind. Imagine in your mind. These are unexpected. That we have to do it. We must be this problem in future. I am sure now we are in dangerous period because we spoil the environment. We have to face all these things. This is a pre-planned lockdown is very important. And yeah, this is my another loud thinking. Professor C. Subramaniam and my colleague Neelam Pandey Subramaniam, Balamurugan is working in Kadalur, I think so. In the coastal area, at the time of lockdown period, how much of paddy wasted at the time of rain? It is a shame to us. After independence, after 70 years travel, we are not able to construct proper warehouses, goods to store our food grains. Very, very pathetic situation, you know. See, now 38 districts or 40 districts, so whatever it is for administrative convenience, we are dividing the districts well and good. Each district, based on the principal crop cultivation, we have to construct a ground warehouses. How much paddy, how much black gram, how much green gram, how much what is called food, what is called commercial crops. See, in goods, perishable, non-perishable commodities there. That's what I'm asking to the government. This is my appeal. I'm begging the planets, please, each district headquarters, please construct a warehouse and cold storage houses to keep our perishable commodities. See, now mango is very cheap in the market. The local variety mango per kg is 20 rupees. When you are storing at the time of bumper period, at the time of lean period, you can release. You can minimum, now chemical, what is called advanced technology is there. You can minimum store, keep the commercial commodities or perishable commodities more than 3 months or 4 months in the warehouses or in the godowns. That facilities we don't have. So this is infrastructure facilities. This is also one of the major causes for economic burden. Yeah, another, I don't know whether my good friend of political science Saktivan is listening or not. He may react his views. Privatization and disinvestment. Where we have to do privatization. Where we have to disinvest. Privatization we know very well. That is called giving public sector to the private sector. Disinvestment, selling of public sector to the private sector. Selling, I mean, BSNL, you know very well. Somewhat we protected NLC. What about steel? See, railway disinvestment, privatization, we need question mark. Air India, privatization, disinvestment, we need question mark. These are my loud thinking. Imagine, you people are political scientists. Think over it. This is the thing. Another suggestion also, your area, decentralization of industries and administration from cities to other parts of the country or other parts of the state. See, take Chennai. Now Chennai is a major hotspot for what is called COVID-19. Mumbai is a major hotspot. Why? What is the reason behind it? Simple reason. Population density. Wherever thick population is there, problem will come. Quite obvious. I'm asking the planets, I'm asking the policymakers, I'm asking the administrators, why you are starting or why you are giving permission to start all industries in cities. See, I can understand the practical difficulties. If you wanted to start an industry, you need 3 kinds of transports. I told you, air, surface, and sea. See, Tamil Nadu has a rich coastal area, Chennai to Kanyakumari. Tamil Nadu has good surface transport. So, see, I wanted to give one example. The central government announced aims in Madurai. At the time of inauguration, our Prime Minister announced Teja Express, Chennai to Madurai. The same thing, you can start many IT industries in Tuticorin, or in Kanyakumari, or in Nagarkoil, or in Dharmapuri, or in any parts of the state. Introduce new super trains. Minimize the travel time, 4 hours, 5 hours. What is the last hit? or create small airports. We spend the crores of rupees for unplanned thing. Divert the money for planned expenditure. Corona is teaching all these things. So the decentralization is a major thing. Accumulation of all industries in Pune or in Maharashtra or in Delhi creates this problem, because you are keeping all labor force here. Three kinds of labor force we have. One is skilled labor, second is semi-skilled labor, another one is unskilled labor. All three labor force you are keeping in Chennai city itself or Maharashtra itself, Bhopal itself, Nagpur itself. That is a problem. When you are decentralize this population, automatically infection will be reduced. And eco-friendly development policies, we need not discuss. This is broad area. We disturbed our nature. That's what we are facing all this problem. And afforestation. Everywhere deforestation is there. Please stop deforestation. Create afforestation, because original ecological balance is very important. These are my broader views based on the observation for these 3 months within 4 wall. Our computer, our internet, our print media. Now I'm not using print media. I'm using that what is called our electronic media. These are the things. I think I hope I tried my level best recording about economic burden, and I touched all area. I don't know, all people are teaching fraternity. Now it's a time for discussion, and I thank the organizers, my good brother Balamuragan, who introduced me, and the team members, especially the very dynamic head of the department, C. Subramaniam, very nice person. That in the time of what is called what is called lockdown, he is doing this kind of FDD program. Daily, we have to appreciate his attitude to inculcate the latest knowledge to the teaching community. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Ramu sir, for your spending your valuable time and make our time a wonderful one. Sir has described the information and everything, the impact of COVID-19 in global economy as well as our national economy with statistical information that is more vital, so that the information and the lecture will become more authentic. So sir has collected so much of information, and sir is known and he has completed Reserve Bank and World Bank projects, so that his information is more authentic. Now the session is open for discussion and participants. If you want to have questions, can raise your hands, and I will accommodate each one of you, each and every one of you.
Okay, I'm ready to face questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First, let me unmute Polybomic. Polybomic, you just unmute from your side. Polybomic.
Please tell the question.
There is no response from Polybomic. Just now I unmute Devi.
Hello.
Yes, Polly, you proceed.
Yes, sir. Nothing to ask, sir, but the presentation was very nice, sir. We got many information from the presentation. Thank you, sir. Many thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Devi, you please proceed and ask the question. Devi.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible. You proceed.
Please tell me.
Yes, sir. Really a wonderful session to hear this, sir. Sir,
Thank
my
you.
doubt is, so you're an economist, so Atmanirbhar Bharat, how do you see that? How do you see that, sir? Plus,
Which one? Please say.
Can you hear me, sir?
Terminology.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
please tell me.
In Atmanirbhar Bharat, how the economy will be boosted? This is one of my first questions, sir.
What is the program that is what is called insurance program or development program? What is that?
Insurance, sir.
Yeah. Very nice question. Very nice question. Very nice question.
Next, sir,
One thing we have to understand it. See, in India, the health insurance program from independence to till date, it is not properly working. That is a problem. And that insurance holder, because many PhD holders and many PhD, my M.Phil scholar, they did insurance program. The insurance holder number is very less. But the namesake, we have all these programs. But in the name of COVID-19, it is not working properly. That is my observation. But already I told you, we are in pioneering stage. We don't have database. How much claim, how much other kind of things. That we have to wait. We have to wait.
Sir, another question, sir.
Yes,
please.
Sir, you also said about NPNO, sir.
NPA.
Yes, sir. So
non-performing assets.
Yes, sir. So again, I'm coming to the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So NBFC will be provide loan to MSME, no, sir. So in case if they didn't pay the loan, government will take like that. Government said. So this may not affect that our economy, or how it will boost, sir.
See that I'm sure you are talking about EMI, emergency installment.
No, sir. Actually, government said that the NBFCs will provide loan to MSMEs like that.
Micro and small enterprises.
Yes, sir. So in case of they didn't pay the loan, so government said that they can get back that, or like that they said. So this may not come under NPA, no, sir.
No. That is not coming under NPA. I am talking about the borrowers. Okay. Imagine, hello participant, imagine if there is no this pandemic, automatically you will pay amount from your pocket to your what is called bank. Now this, due to this pandemic, you are not able to, because there is no transaction, there is no production, there is no sale. Are you able to understand or not? You are not repay the money. But the MSC is very different. They announced government will provide a loan for production. But from the beneficiaries, we came to know cumbersome formalities for this getting loan and other kind of things is there. But how long it is going to work properly, that we have to wait and see, because still all these are under paper only now. Implementation is taking place very late. That is the thing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
hello.
Sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Devi. Now I unmute Dr. S. Nagaseshamma. Nagaseshamma Pinky, you just unmute from your side. You proceed.
Yes, sir. So, namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. It's very nice, informative for us.
Nice.
But one thing which I want to ask you, that is the pre-planned lockdown. We are telling about the pre-planned lockdown. How they have to do, and to what extent it will be useful for the public. One thing.
Very good. Very good. Very nice question. Tell me.
One more thing. During this pandemic period, everybody is facing these financial problems. So, but because if the government employees also in City, Telangana and AP government, even they cut the pension for the people also for the 50% like that. In Tamil Nadu government also they are doing priority like that. So this is the thing which is happening for the people who are working, who are the employees and retired people, and the migrant workers. So if you think about the migrant workers, how they are, it is a hand-to-mouth existence for those people. Now they are shifted to somewhere, and the government is given so many policies and packages for them. Is it, reaching to them, and what is the problems in the future also? If it is, this pandemic is continuing, so people are telling it will go till December.
Let's start the question. You please give the time for others also. Let's start the question.
Please brief in the question.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. The first is pre-planned for lockdown.
Yes, sir.
Hello, madam. I think we got first infection in December in Wuhan. I think so. I'm correct or not?
Yes.
December. So we know, because we are well-developed IT sector in the global market. Is it not?
Yes.
So already the outbreak is taking place in China. So we have to very close. China is very close to us, and the WHO is telling it is a airborne disease. It is a airborne disease, and WHO is telling and there is no vaccine for that, there is no medicine for that. It make the human beings. That's the thing. So we have to act. In the December last week, January first week itself, and we have to make a clear-cut step to transport all migrant workers one place to another place. That is very, very much. One sudden night, you stopped all transport services. I think you are a political scientist. We have to do it because already I told you, human resource is a very important resource for growth and development. But on sudden night, we announced this. We stopped all movement. Imagine. Slowly, you have to withdraw all these kind of things. Suddenly, just like our what is called demonetization. Just like our demonetization. That is the thing. So already we know Google problem started. People are they're not giving open data. That is a problem. That is a problem in China. But we have to understand that up to March, we are not taking, up to March first week or second week, we are not taking bold decision or bold action for this. That's what I'm stretching. In future, if any kind of pandemic is coming, we have to make a pre-plan, particularly save the labor class. See, ILO is telling more than 70% of Indian laborers are informal workers.
Yes.
That is my idea. Are you able to understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much.
You are very much correct for that, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nagasesham. Your question is asked in the chat room by Mr. Nagaraj. He's asking that how would we get more funds to research and development in government health and medical sector, while our union government is allowing FDI, that is foreign direct investment. So if there is more FDI, they won't invest in our health sector and medical sector. So how can we improve, or how can we get the funds to improve the health sector? This was a question asked by Nagaraju. Yes, sir.
Sir, earlier, the GDP allocation for health sector is 1.3%, now it is 3%. Too less, already I told you, of the 7th pay commission, salary and other packages going for nearly 90% of the cost for paying salary to the doctors, nurses, and other supportive staff. But here, FDI allocation in health sector is very less. Keep in your mind. We are not giving clearance for FDI allocation for health sector. We are giving clearance for service sectors. I mean, what is called IT industry. I mean, other kind of electronic goods, other kind of things. We are not giving for this. So what I am asking, we have a established lab, ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. They are facing severe acute shortage of funds for research. See, you can divert money, little bit higher amount for this medical research. You can do further research. You can get a new vaccine. For example, already I told you, already we have, now we have a vaccine for HIV and AIDS. The same thing for COVID-19, the same thing for dengue, the same thing for other kind of new infections. Are you able to understand that? That's the thing. So there we are not giving clear-cut picture for FDA. That is the question.
Thank you, sir. Another question asked in the chat room by Ram Nath Yadav. He is asking that in this pandemic condition, government sector is doing excellent work, service-oriented work, but the government is inclined towards privatization direction, whether this direction is right or not.
Please, 1 second, please.
In this pandemic situation, the government sector is doing excellent service-oriented work.
Yeah.
But the government is inclined, that is in favor of privatization direction. Whether this direction of privatization is beneficial or right direction.
I'm totally against for this service sector, particularly Air India and railway sector. We should not privatize. It should be keep in the public sector. That is very, very important, because even common will know, your Airbus only went to foreign countries to pick up our people. Your train only migrated, you took the people from Kanyakumari to Maharashtra to Pune, what is called other areas, not private trains. They are profit motive. That's what my question is. Very nice question. Thanks to the participant. Where we need privatization, that is very, very important. Whether we need privatization to the air services, whether we need, if SpiceJet is not going, Kingfisher is not going. Indigo is not going. Air India only is going. Our Air India pilot only got infection, not a space set, not in Indigo. Are you able to understand that? It's a very, very pathetic situation. At this moment, this privatization, they are telling privatization will bring a lot of investment, FDI, other kind of thing. That is different issue. But some sectors we have to keep with us. That is very, very important to save our 125 crores of population.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the response. And one more question by Dr. Ashish Srivatsava. Ashish Srivatsava. Okay, no response from Ashish Srivatsava. Anyhow, thanks, sir. This is the time to thank our resource person, Dr. Ramu, sir, for a very informative lecture. And we, the faculty members and the participants, get much benefit out of your lecture, sir. So I, on behalf of the Department of Political Science and its professor and head, Dr. C. Subramaniam, sir, and the coordinators, Dr. Neelam Pandey and J. Subramaniam, sir, and myself, and the technical team, thank the resource person for the valuable lecture, valuable and very informative lecture, sir.
Yeah, again, I convey my thanks to your team leader, my good friend Dr. CS, and other team members to provide this opportunity to share some views regarding about this economic burden of COVID-19. Thank you, one and all. Thank you for your passion listening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the resource person. And I once again thank all the participants for your passionate hearing and raising very effective and intellectual questions on the session. So your contribution only will make the FDP more meaningful one. So thank you, one and all. And I will meet you again and tomorrow at 10:30. Thank you, participants. Thank you.
Balu,
yes.
Continuously, there is no problem. No voice is properly coming. No? Continuously.
Wait, sir.